Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to talk to you guys today about kitchen gadgets that save me time and money and some of my favorite kitchen gadgets. So let me get started. I'm putting part one for this because I may have more things. I think I've shown you guys many of these things, but I think there's one thing that I really love that's so useful that I haven't shown you, and I want to start with this. First of all, I do occasionally like to make a meatloaf. Now, buying expensive cuts of meat can really add up on the budget. So one of the things that I have is I have this wonderful meatloaf pan, and it lifts out like this. What I love is you can make meatloaf in it and put it in this pan, and when you lift this out, the grease goes on the bottom of the pan, so it tastes like you actually have a leaner cut of meat. And so that makes the meatloaf taste so much better. So if you guys don't have one of these and you make meatloaf, I highly recommend these type of pans. They are extremely useful. The next thing, and I know I've spoken about it a lot, is my slow cooker. I've made all sorts of things in here. You can make desserts, and people even use it for things that aren't slow cooking. I've made yogurt, desserts, breakfast dishes, dinner dishes, all sorts of things. And this thing is, I think, from the early 1990s, so it is still working, so I'm very thrilled. I don't know what I'd do without it. Another thing, and I do have to replace this sometimes because I use it quite often, instead of heating up the whole stove, I do like to use a skillet, and I might make some Adele sausage in there or saute some veggies. I love that. I've mentioned this little guy before. My wonderful knife my husband bought me a few years back. Because of this, I can cut all different kinds of fruit that I wasn't able to cut before with my other knives, such as pineapple, which is difficult to cut, cantaloupe, that type of thing, watermelon. It has been a lifesaver, so I really like it. One thing that I got for free that my friend gave me is basically this little grinder, and one of you recently mentioned that you do eat flax seeds, but you grind them up into a powder to get the most benefit. I didn't know that, and I thought, you know what? It's good because I have one of these that I can use, and that can grind that up for me. This has been able to make so many things so that I can grind up things myself rather than having to purchase things already ground, which costs more. Another thing that I like, and I know this may not seem necessary, but it helps me rather than doing it in my hand. Some recipes call for egg whites or egg yolks. Now, some people just go back and forth with their hand. I have an egg yolk separator, egg white separator, and it is very helpful to me, and I just really like having it. I've used it quite often. Now, I know this isn't a kitchen gadget, but while I'm sitting at my computer, which is right straight ahead of me, if I'm sitting over there, I like to keep a candle lit right by me. I love candles. I love, especially this one is Santa's cookies. So guess what? I can smell Santa's cookies without eating them, so no calories, but it's wonderful, and it just kind of calms me down. I would like to know if you guys like candles, and if so, what are your favorite scents? Another thing that's my favorite from 1960s is my mom's hand mixer. Yes, it might be nice to have one of the ones that do it for you, but I don't have counter space for it or cupboard space, so I use this. And I have another question. If any of you know where I can get new beaters for this, let me know. I'd love to know. I tried some, but they didn't fit this particular one. So let me know on that. Last but not least, I also have a NutriBullet that I got at the thrift store, and this was $5. It still works great. It's kind of loud, but it still works great, and I can make all my protein shakes in this. These are just some of the items that I use quite often. I want to know from you, what are your favorite kitchen gadgets? This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.